and welcome to this speaking session, which is about movies and English development. Please, will you please let me know? Can you hear me? Can you hear my voice, guys?
We can hear you, teach.
Okay, very good. How about the screen? Can you see my face?
Yeah, I can see your face, Teach.
Okay, very good. So, again, I'm really happy to have you all guys in this session. And this is me, Mohib Al-Umairi, English language teacher. And also in this session, I have my guest, Mr. Turki Al-Abri. So, Mr. Turki, how are you? Are you there?
Yes, Ustad Mohib. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, yes.
Okay. Is it clear? Because I don't like the earbuds, but I have to.
Guys, can you hear him?
Yeah, teacher, we can hear him and see him in the same time.
Okay, very good.
That's great.
It's a pleasure to have you with me in this session, Mr. Turki. It's great to have you with us.
Thanks
Teacher.
for having me.
Yeah.
May
Okay.
I ask you something?
Okay, go ahead. Yes. Let's start by your question.
From where did you study English?
All right. Well, it's a long story. But our topic is a part of it. You know, movies is a source of learning language. It is one of the of many sources. Okay, so it's a long story. I can't give you all the details.
No
but
problem. You give me the important thing.
there are many things, but movies, which is our topic for today, is one of them. So I hope you stay till the end to get all the benefits out of movies, how movies can like develop English language. This is what we are going to study tonight. Okay. So our talk is mainly about movies. How can movies develop our language as a foreign language? Of course, you all guys study English as a foreign language. You don't study it as a second language. It's foreign language for you. So now, you know, movies, like American, British, any kind of movies have people, have actors inside. Okay, so now watching movies, okay, will allow you guys to get this culture, to get phrases, to get expressions. So that's why it is important to watch movies. And there are many types of movies, guys. There are many types of movies. Some of you might be interested in action movies. Some others might be interested in drama. Others might be interested in horror movies. It's, you know, it's up to you to choose. Now, let me go to our guest. Mr. Turki, what do you think about movies? Do you think like movies will help our students to develop their English?
Of course. So can I give a bit of a background of myself? Okay. You're muted, but I got it. So basically, if you guys don't know me, my name is Turki. I lived in Australia for the last 8 years. So you will notice my accent and teacher Mohib accent a bit different from each other. So to get the accent itself, it's helped by the movies. So you go to the movies, you get how the actors speak. And it's very important. So if you want to get my accent or his accent, of course it's not perfect, but you learn with time. I think it's the best way to do it. Watch movies, watch people talk, listen carefully about like to words, listen to even the slangs, the small like differences between a country and another country. You could be in the same country, but from a different city. We have different accents and we have different words we use for the same thing.
So, teacher, you saying at Oman, we have a different accent from Rastaq to Suwak to Wadi Mister. as you said, right?
Exactly. Yes. You're muted. Is that your question?
Yeah. He's not asking question. He's just emphasizing what you're saying now.
Okay, fair enough. Yes. So basically, it's the same thing. You go, for example, we're talking about the UK. I've been watching a lot of like UK movies. Mr. Muhib knows my favorite actor is Tom Hardy. He's from the UK. So when you go to the UK movies, you get to London, which is different than Manchester, which is different than Liverpool. If you watch the Premier League, you know all these places. So every city have their own accent, like we do. I'm from Saham, we have our own accent. You from Muscat, you have your own accent. Someone from Bahla, someone from Rustaq, someone from Ibri, you get different accents, different words for the same thing. So this is how we learn from movies. We watch all these people from different places talk and speak on their own slangs and all their own accents, then we learn. It helps with your fluency. So you get fluent by speaking, obviously. And when you watch these people talking, you literally try to connect what we struggle with usually in English. I'm talking about myself when I was learning English at the beginning. I used to struggle with connecting sentences together. You watch these movies, you watch how they connect the sentences together. And it's not just that. Can you guys hear me? Because someone said Turkey Tamil.
You can hear you, teacher. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
His voice is clear. Just
So-
carry on.
Okay, so basically, you learn by having like a conversation, usually. What I learned most is by going outside and having a conversation with people. When I arrived to Australia the first time, I thought I was good in English, but I wasn't. How did I get anywhere is by forcing myself to be in situations where I have to be in a conversation. I have to have a conversation with the bus driver, with the train driver, with the teacher, with my friends in the class. I force myself to have that conversation every day. So that's literally what you learn from.
Yes.
It's conversation.
Yes. Well, I do agree with you, Mr. Turkey. I do agree with you with that. And what our guest has just mentioned is really important, guys. It is important to pay attention to this. You know, watching movies will let you know the differences between people. You know, people who live now in Rustaq are totally different than people who live in Bahla, totally different than people who live in Muscat. Of course, we are all Omanis. We are all Omanis. We speak the same language, but there are some different words. There are some different slangs. Some words cannot be understood in Muscat. Like Bahla, words of Bahla cannot, some of them cannot be understood in Muscat, cannot be understood in Rostaq. So these are the benefits of watching movies. You get to know the accents, you get to know how people speak, how people connect words. And as he mentioned, you know, when you listen to movies or when you watch movies, you will have to understand what others say. Otherwise, you will not be able to learn English because he lived in Australia, you know, he lived in Australia for a long time, 8 years, I think, right? It's been 8 years in Australia. So in Australia, he had to speak in English. He didn't have any other alternatives. It's compulsory, something obligatory. You know, it's something by obligation. You cannot change it. Tamam? So yeah, so watching movies is really important, guys. Okay, now I also want to add something here, which is the emotions and the way of thinking. You know, when you watch movies, usually you will get how people think in English. You know, as a learner of English, you as a learner of English, you might have some issues with transferring your mother tongue. or shifting to your mother tongue while learning English. And this is one of the big mistakes. Now, how to overcome this problem? It's by watching movies. How? Watching movies will let you know how to think in English, how people react to situations.
How you can say it. How you can say the word. How you can say the word.
Exactly.
And the correct, I missed the word.
The correct pronunciation, you mean?
Yes.
Exactly. You get to know the correct pronunciation, get to know how to react to a situation. For example, if you are angry, how to react to anger. If you are happy, how to react to happiness. If you are sad, how to react to sadness. All these things cannot be learned without watching the native speakers. You know, it's really important. So guys, is our language clear, guys, to you? Is it clear, the language we're using now? Is it clear to you? Can you understand us?
About myself, I can understand you, but the others, I don't know.
Others, how about you guys? Can you understand us now?
Yes, I can. Not the other people, I don't know.
Okay. Okay, very good, very good. Seems some of you, most of you, I think. Let me read your. Okay, good, very good, very good. Seems like most of you understand what we are saying now. Very good. So we don't have to shift to Arabic. You know, today's session is special. It's not like Saturday class, or it's not like Saturday or Sunday classes. It's quite different, you know? It's in English. That's why we want to motivate you. And by the way, next, like in minutes, we are going to like take your answers. We want you to participate with us. Okay, we want you to participate with us in English so that you develop your speaking skill. Okay, so we have already mentioned that watching movies is really important for, you know, developing your English. Okay, let's move on to something else. Mr. Turkey, what accent do you prefer actually? Like you already mentioned Tom Hardy, he's an English actor. Me too. You know, I like someone else. I've heard about Tom Hardy from you, by the way, but I like someone else who's Jason Statham. He's also an English actor. You know, he's also an English actor, like a perfect English actor. He is not like others. So, which accent do you prefer? Do you prefer American accent to British, or what exactly?
Okay. Usually, because I lived in Australia, it's a bit of a harder accent. I would say Australian accent is my favorite. But then watching movies, Australian accent is very hard to understand. Like for me, I get it because I lived there. But usually for other people, it's very hard to get. So I wouldn't prefer it if you want to start learning from movies. I would go for British accent because it's the most direct. The pronunciations for the words are very clear with the British accents, especially if someone from, I'm not pretty sure, but I think it's from Manchester. Manchester and London have the most clear accents. If you go to Liverpool, it's completely like different accent because like they even pronounce it as kha. So it's a lot harder. But I would say someone from Manchester and London would teach you English, but if you watch him. So Tom Hardy, a bit from London. I'm not sure if he grew up there, but I'm pretty sure that he lived in London. And you can notice his accent is something around it. So that's why I like it. I would say, yeah, English accent is the easiest to learn.
Okay,
Yeah.
Very fair enough. So Mr. Turkey prefers the British accent, like water, a bowl of water, like you know, saying like they usually don't pronounce the ra at the end. Water,
Yeah.
computer, butter, and so on. So he mentioned some of the accents, by the way, like people in London speak differently or speaks differently than people in Liverpool, Manchester, and Ireland. Okay. Look, let me give you some important things about the accents. If you go to Liverpool, guys, if you go to Liverpool, people usually in Liverpool speak the Scouse accent. It's quite different than what you usually hear because they have the raising intonation. They have the raising intonation when they speak. Like you have already seen that guy in a match, Sadio Mane. You know that, guys? He was talking about Sadio Mane, the footballer. So you noticed his accent. That accent was a Scouse. He was from Liverpool. They have raising intonation. So they, for example, they don't say my. They say me. Have you seen my father? Have you seen me father? They don't say my. They don't have my. This is very noticeable in the Scouse accent. If you go to Manchester City, it's like normal. It's not very complicated. Also London, which is it's called the Cockney accent. Cockney accent in London is very clear, and the RP as well is very clear. But if you go to Scotland, guys, I don't think.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Can I give just an example?
Yes, sure.
So basically, something about like the Liverpool accent. Yeah, Sadio Mane, just playing the word. That's what he said.
Yes,
So
exactly.
when you say, for example, I'll give you like one word. When you say shark, the fish, shark, they don't say shark. They say shark.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
So
why. Yeah. With
it's a bit hard.
with raising intonation, of course. Shark. Raising intonation. They
Yeah.
have raising intonation. So yeah, this is, guys. This is the Liverpool. This is the Liverpool accent. Yeah, that's the one. Shark. It's supposed to be shark. You know, it's supposed to be shark, but in Liverpool they say shark with raising intonation. That's why you might get confused when you hear these accents. But when you watch movies, guys, when you watch movies, you will get to know all these things. Now, Turkey, Mr. Turkey lived in Australia, but how did he know all about the accents in the UK? Through movies. يعني استاذ تركي الحين عايش في استراليا، كان كم سنه، 8 سنوات عاش في استراليا، بس كيف عرف الاكسنت اللي هو في ليفربول وفي المملكه المتحده؟ كله من خلال الافلام. الافلام تعلمك الثقافه، تنقل لك الثقافه بالضبط، ثقافه المجتمع. تريد توصل رساله، وصلها عن طريق الفيلم. يعني احيانا الافلام تكون فيها رساله، طبعا ما كل الافلام. So how to get this or how to get these things through movies. So yeah, let's continue. If you go to Scotland, I bet you understand anything. I bet you won't understand anything. Yes, Rayham?
كيف يعني استاذ؟
اللي هي اللهجه مال اسكتلند، سكوتش اكسنت احنا نسميها. هذه تعتبر من اصعب اللهجات في اللغه الانجليزيه. تعتبر من اصعب اللهجات لانه Can you tell them why, Mr. Turkey?
It's really hard. I don't know the actual reason, but maybe because it's the origin of the English language. So
Yes.
you see the people who speak the English language like from the past.
Yes.
They
yes.
have it very thick. It's a very thick accent.
And also they have their own words. They have also their own words.
Yeah. So even I used to read like a lot of novels from like long time, like books and stuff. If you see the old books, they have different words than it's used right now. So the English language changed a lot. It became a bit easier. Yeah, it became a bit easier. If you watch something, or like even if you watch movies from like the history movies or the documentaries, they usually have that old, very hard, very difficult English that you hardly understand anything. The English that's being used right now, it's being affected by different languages. So you have Spanish, you have Portuguese,
French.
you have French, German. So all of these, languages came along and gave us the actual English that we have today. But if you go to these countries like Scotland or even Wales, Wales have a thick accent too. Not too much, but Scotland is the most. They didn't get affected that much
And yeah,
by
if you
the other languages.
like coming to what you have mentioned, they keep the traditions, they keep the old things, even in their costumes. If you have seen them, they use this, they wear the skirts, the traditional skirts with that. I can't recall the name of that musician instrument. They have a special musician instrument. They are very famous for this, and they are very famous by their castles and their green lands in Scotland. So, guys, if you want to challenge yourself, just try to speak using Scottish accent. That's it. Yes. So,
Teacher,
yes.
from 1 to 10, how
Mhm.
you put yourself on Scottish accent?
You mean myself?
Yes, you.
Well, I can't give you a number because I haven't tried and I don't want to.
So it's 0.
Yeah, you can see. Because you know it's difficult. I haven't tried and I want to, because even the movies, I haven't seen what the Scottish movies yet. It's really
Allah.
difficult accent.
الله لا يصوب عليك أستاذ. هذا اللغة إن شاء الله.
Alhamdulillah. It's really difficult accent. Okay, we have question here. Okay. Is studying English very difficult as English teacher? Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for this question. Look, studying English is not difficult at all, especially here in Oman. It's really simple. And especially if you want to, if you go to Rostaq College of Education. In Rostaq College of Education, okay, it's really simple because it basically depends on your level in English. If your English is really good, so you will go straight in this major. It won't be difficult to you. Okay, so if you are planning to be English teacher in the future, you need to do your best from now. You need to have good, capacity of words. You need to be good in speaking and listening. You need to develop your English from now, because when you get to the college, you don't have you maybe you won't be able to do all these things, because you'll be having assignments, you'll be having projects, you'll be having presentations. You might have other subjects than English, like education subjects, psychology, educational foundation, and so on. So take my advice. If you want to be English teacher, start preparing from now. Okay, did I answer your question? Good. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. It's not difficult, but you need to develop your English from now to be ready for the future.
I'm going to go because I have another class, but in the end, I want to say my English wasn't good until I was in the class 5. Then I started watching movie and Tom Cruise and Van Diesel.
Okay, very good.
And my uncle was the same. He didn't learn English actually from the school. He learned from the movie. So I'm coming to him, and I have few questions.
Okay, so yeah, you are. Okay, go ahead. Yes.
Okay, one of my question: why you wouldn't do such this class in every week, like Tuesday or Thursday, something like that? It would be helpful for us.
Yeah, this is what we are planning to do, my friend. This is what we are planning to do. Now, this week it's about movies. Next week might be about books. The week after might be about different topics. So yeah, I get your message.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We'll do that, inshallah.
Goodbye, teacher.
Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for giving us your experience and how you developed your English. I'm really thankful. Do you have another question?
But the other thing, in my writing is not that good. Do you have any advice to improve it?
Look, my friend, you have to develop your level in understanding the tenses. Do you know the tenses of English?
I have no idea.
present simple, present continuous, present perfect. Do you know these
That I
things?
know, teacher, but in the word I miss a letter, or I forget to write the E end of the word,
Yeah.
and I
So
lost a mark because of that.
you're talking then about spelling, not about writing. You're talking about spelling.
Yes.
Look, writing itself is a big story. It's a long story. You have spelling, but let me give you something. First, you need to be good in tenses. Like you need to develop yourself in
No,
tenses.
if
Isn't
you
simple?
say about tenses, I'm good at it. I
Okay, very
good
good.
to talk, I good to write story, but my problem is spelling. I
Okay,
miss a word, I miss a letter, and my
I
marks
understand.
zero.
I understand. So then you need to practice, my friend. You need to practice. If you have, for example, a new word, okay, you need to practice. Use pen and paper. That's the best way. Or you can have a flashcard. There are some applications in App Store and Google Play to develop the spelling. You have flashcards and you have the words. So the best way to solve this problem is practice. Practice, practice, practice. Whenever you learn a new word, you have to practice this word. Write it down. Write it many times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, teacher.
And look,
Okay, can I say something, teacher?
yes, of course, Mr. Turkey, go ahead.
Okay, so if anyone watch Cristiano Ronaldo, Cristiano always says, practice makes perfect. And it's not just about football, it's about everything. So you want to learn something, you want to correct yourself, write it, repeat it, and repeat it, and repeat it until it gets boring. For example, I learned a bit of a Spanish, right? I know you're talking about English, but I learned a bit of a Spanish. The
See.
most things I know about Spanish, like the most sentences I know, or the most like perfect sentence I can say right now, it's Cristiano Ronaldo is el mejor del mundo, right? Cristiano Ronaldo is the best player in the world. Why? Because I heard it a lot. When I watched the games, I heard it a lot. I didn't learn that in school. I didn't learn that in my Spanish classes, but I heard it. So it's repeating until you get it perfect. Once you
Thank
get
you.
it, that's it. You start using it.
Just like that.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
it.
because
It's easier than you think. It's easier than you think.
yeah, it's easier than you think. Believe me, it's a matter of patience. It's a matter of patience. In the beginning, you feel it's hard because um, there's a loop in your brain that is concerned about English words and English language. So if you start practicing, you will learn any word by sight. You know what I mean by sight? Using your
Yes.
vision, using your vision. And believe me, this is from my experience. Now, sometimes I see a new word immediately it's in my head because I have practiced English many times. I have practiced. I don't need to write it in paper to memorize it. When I see a new word, I can save it just by sight using my vision. You understand what I'm
So
saying?
yeah, I understand what you say, but you mean with practicing, and I can learn more.
Exactly. You can know more words by practice. And by the way, some words might be similar to others. So just practice and it's easier than you think.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay. Goodbye. Good luck to you with your class. Good luck.
You too. I hope best wishes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's
Also, teacher, I think we have some questions here.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
looking at it.
Can you read Mr. Turkey and answer this question? Hilal Al-Ma'wali is asking, most of movies speak American accent. What do you think? Is that true?
It depends what you watch.
Yeah.
If you watch American movies, of course. If you watch British movies, then you what I noticed actually, British people or like productions usually have the best series, not as a movie, as like a one-time movie. They have series like Peaky Blinders.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
Peaky Blinders.
so you get, yeah, if you want to stay for longer, like more than one episode, then go for British. It's better. Like, this is my own opinion. Of course, you can go like 13
Yes.
Reasons Why or whatever, like Stranger Things. It depends on your taste, but me, usually I like um I would say action movies. So obviously Tom Hardy, Jason Statham. That's what we like, so we watch that. If you watch, for example, something Need for Speed. Need for Speed is American movie. Okay. So
Yes.
if you watch Need for Speed, for example, it's an American movie. It's American series of movies. So of course you're gonna hear the American accent more than anything else. They include people sometimes, but not as much. So Jason Statham, I think, been in Need for Speed before. Not Need for
Oh,
Speed.
true.
Sorry. Yeah. Fast and Furious.
Fast
Need for
Furious.
Speed is in. Need for Speed is a childhood game.
Okay, yeah, that's true. And look, my friend, Hilal, yes, Hilal. It depends what you watch, as he mentioned. If you want like British movies, then you have, I would say, Pirates of Caribbean, قراصنة الكاريبي. It is a movie series, like I think 4 episodes or 4 movies, 4 movies. It's a movie series. So this is one thing. Also, look at Jason Statham movies. He speaks like British accent in all his movies. Even if the movie is an American-based movie, he speaks the British accent. Like Fast and Furious. Most of Fast and Furious actors are American, but Jason Statham spoke using his British accent. He didn't like to switch to American accent. So yeah, look at Jason Statham movies, Pirates of the Caribbean, Lord of Rings. That is another movie series. Lord of Rings also. There are many movies. Peaky Blinders is one of them, but Peaky Blinders have special accents, which is Bruni accent or Black Country, which is quite difficult accent. So yeah, it depends what you watch, my friend. It depends what you watch. If you watch American actors, if you watch American actors, you get to hear the British or the American accent, not the British. So it depends what you watch. Depends on what you watch. Okay, we have other questions. Okay. Here's another question. How can video games develop the accent or develop the English? Do you think, Mr. Turkey, video games develop the English language?
Yes, but
But
there is a lot of negatives about it. I used to play like online games. So in video games, it's a bit intense than movies. Movies are just watching, right? In video games you play in, it's very intense. People use bad words and stuff. So you could hear some word or two that you wouldn't like, or it wouldn't be good to improve your English. But obviously, for conversations, yes, it's really good because you are practicing real time. Like you go
yeah,
in for Battlefield or whatever, like whatever games nowadays, because I stopped a long time ago. You go for these games where you connect with people, you have a conversation. You have to. If you don't, you die.
yes,
So
that's true.
it is good, but also you have to be careful.
Exactly. I do agree with that because guys, when you play games, you have connection with other people you have never seen before, people that that are not Muslims. So their background is totally different. They might use bad words, So you have to be careful what you hear. You have to be careful who you play with. Okay, so it is important. It is good to develop your English by using games, but at the same time, you have to be careful. Okay, and do not go like to anything. Choose the things you use. Okay, so yeah. Thank you, Hila. Thank you for this
Yes.
question. Okay.
Teachers,
Yes.
I wanna to give a more اسمه اقتراح in the video game. So when you are in the video game, you are playing in a cutscene. The cutscene give you a choice to what you can say in this cutscene. So you can read the cutscene or the words in the cutscene of the choices. If you understand what I mean.
I'm not sure if I got that, but can you please repeat? Your voice is not that clear. Can you please repeat? I think you were talking about video games, but in which manner exactly?
Yes, in the cutscene,
Mhm.
you know that cutscene. They give you a choice what you can say in the game.
Mhm.
You understand?
You mean it's
So
controlled?
they
It's controlled.
yes,
You mean it's controlled? The game is controlled.
I just give you the control to choose what you can say in the cut.
Ah, okay. So there is an option to choose what you can say. That's what you mean.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
Because
okay.
of that, you can read and learn.
Okay, very good, very good. So it's like fixed word. There are fixed words. So you want to say something, you press that button, and the word will be said.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Which game is that?
I don't know a lot of games,
Hmm.
but some people are giving that.
But it's true. There is some kind of.
Yes.
PUBG. I think PUBG has it.
And
Mhm.
in some event they give it to you, but in uh, you know, so Kratos,
Oh yeah,
the game
yeah, I
of
know him.
Kratos.
God of War.
Yes, God of War. Yes, yes, yes. They give
Yeah,
you
I
a
know him.
choice in sometimes.
You get there, yeah. The game gives you
Yes,
some choice if you want to say this and that.
yes. And what you choose depends on that what you can prove in the game.
Okay, I see. I see. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this information with us. Thank you very much. Okay. Um, okay, there's another question. Can you give us some movies? Okay. Of course. I told you before, if you are interested in English or British accent, then you can watch Jason Statham movies. Jason Statham is an English actor. He was born in London, I think. So his accent is Cockney accent because he was born in London. So people in London use this accent. So you will notice that in his movies. Also, um, Pirates of Caribbean. Also, you can watch Sylvester Stallone movies. He's a friend of Jason Statham. He also have like great movies. I advise you to watch these or his movies. Okay, very good. Well, Sarah, I'm not sure about the percentage you need to get in order to be accepted in higher education institutions, but you can check with your teacher. There is a teacher specialized in this. You can ask her. Please go and ask your teacher. What is the minimum and what is the maximum, or don't think about the maximum. What is the minimum for English teacher? You can ask her about this. I'm not sure because I'm not working this field, but your teacher will be is no. Your teacher know this, so you need to ask her. Okay. Let me just. Okay, now let's talk about genres of movies. Mr. Turkey, can you please talk to us about the genres and what genre you prefer?
Can you hear me? Because I think you
Can
voice
you-
cut off for a bit.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. My favorite is, I would say, action movies. It's just like the intense moments in the movies. You be more of like paying attention to what's happening because you don't want to miss anything. You miss it if you blink, kind of situation. So you need to be attention. I'm more involved in the movie than if I'm watching like, I don't know,
Yes.
it's a taste thing. But there are other genres where you can play with your phone during the movie, check your phone, check your messages, have a speak with someone else. In action movies, it's very hard to do something
do that.
else while you're watching the movie. So you're paying attention, and it's better if you want to improve your English. You want to pay attention.
Okay, sorry to that. Well, yeah, that's true. It depends. Like as Mr. Turkey mentioned, it depends. It's a taste. So some of you might be interested in action movies where there's tension. Your eyes like become like this. You don't want to lose anything. In action movies, you rarely use your phone because action is full of tension, full of problems. Then the problem would be solved. Someone get killed, someone got shot, and so on. So sometimes it's really hard to use your phone while watching action movie. But there are other genres like drama. Usually I think girls prefer drama movies than boys. Boys usually prefer action movies. Yeah, that's a fact. So there is drama, there is action, there is horror movies. Anybody is interested in horror movies, guys? أفلام الرعب. Do you guys prefer this kind of this genre? Do you think you will be strong enough to watch this kind of movie? Okay. Some of you said yes, some others said no. You need to be strong enough. If you want to watch horror movie at night, I'm talking about 1 a.m., midnight. Are you brave enough, guys? Are you brave enough to watch a movie midnight? Horror movie.
Don't do that because I done that. There is one time, I'll give you a story. There's when I was in Australia, right? We used to gather sometimes, me and my friends, like Omanis, in one house. We have like a big screen where we play a movie, and we turn off the lights.
So like cinema like.
Yeah, we our own cinema if we're not going for the cinema. So we said we do that usually before the games like Champions League, because the games are at 3 a.m. our time. So we have to wait. So we watch movies while waiting. There's one time where I had to choose the movie and I gave them Annabelle. I don't know if you guys watched it. The one with the doll. Yeah, that, you know. And they loved
that.
The
that horror movie is terrible. I haven't seen that horror movie, and I want actually. Guys, he's talking about a horror movie now. A horror movie that I will not watch. I don't advise you to watch as well.
There's like a plot to it.
What time was it when you were watching that movie?
I think it was like 12:30 or something. Because the games
guys, are you brave? Yeah. Are you brave enough to do
have to do something?
Do you have the braveness? Are you brave enough, guys, to do like this? I don't think so. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Turki, for sharing that with us. Is
What
there
about
another
you, Mister?
Well, I don't, it's been like 10 years since I've seen a movie like this, a horror movie. It's called 30 Days of Night. Okay. It is a horror movie, but it's not that scary, I would say. It's not that scary. It's kind of medium, in the middle. It's not
Okay.
very scary. It's not but I stopped watching horror movie for a long time. Usually I watch action movies. By the way, I have completed because I like action movies. I've completed all his movies, starting from 2000 till now. And yeah, the latest movie was, I think, 1 month ago, A Working Man. This is his latest movie. This was his latest movie, Working Man. I advise you guys to watch this. It's an action movie. You would like it. Okay. Let's
We have
go.
a few questions.
Yeah, let's go to the questions. Okay. Okay. How can I improve my English presentation skills? Look, Ahmed, when you do a presentation, you need to have good eye contact. When you give a presentation, you need to look at your, let's say, at your participants, which are your friends, who are their friends, okay? They are your friends. You need to look at them. Don't look at the ground. Don't look at the roof. Look at your friends. That is eye contact. It is really important to do this. Look at your friends. This is one. Number two, you need to have good body language. You need to use a good body language while... What's wrong? Okay, let's continue.
People forget their mics on. That's all good.
Okay, no worries. Okay, Ahmed. So number two, have a good body language. So you need to use your body language while you're speaking, because it's really important and it gives your presentation kind of life. Giving a presentation without using your hands, without using your body language, will make your presentation without emotions, I would say. So this is number two. Number three, you have to speak up. You have to make your voice clear when you speak. Okay. The last thing is your topic. Choose something that is simple. Do not choose difficult topics. Do not choose things that you won't be able to do. Choose something you are comfortable with. Choose something you have ideas about, so that the whole thing will be easy. Okay? I hope I answered your question, Ahmed. Okay. Okay, there's another question. Thank you, Mu'tasim, for this question. Can you see this question, Mr. when you watch
Yes.
movies? What do you think about the caption? He's talking about the caption now, I think. What do you think about are they useful?
It depends. It depends on the person. If you're just starting watching English movies, I would say yes, use the caption. But if you go with it like few months of watching, you should try to pick up the words without reading them. It helps you with the critical thinking, with like you paying attention, with all of that. When you watch the subtitles, usually you will miss some action because you're reading. You don't read it instantly, other than voice. So you try to challenge yourself. If you're gonna keep reading, you're not gonna improve much. You will improve, not as much. But if you start listening, this is where it comes, because words have no emotions. But when the actor is what you just said about the presentation, when the actor is giving you or acting, basically giving you the role that he's doing, you see the emotion, you see body movement, you see voice control as well. Sometimes you have to be loud, sometimes you have to be low. It depends where you are in the topic, or like on the sentence or in the conversation. So I say start with captions, but don't keep going with the captions. Try to challenge yourself sometimes. What do you think, Ustad Mohi?
Yes, that's true. Guys, if you are beginner, yeah, you want to say something, Mr. Turkey?
No. It just froze for me for a second.
Okay, is that it?
Yes, that's it. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay, very good. Mr. Turkey is true. Okay, Mr. Turkey is true in English. Then yes, using the caption will be a good idea, because you will get to know the words, you will get to know the phrases, you will get to know all the things mentioned in the movie or mentioned by the actor. But by the time when your English becomes better and better, you need to stop using the caption. You need to use your mind. You need to use your critical thinking skills, as I mentioned, so that you don't miss the action. Sometimes when you read the caption, you will miss something. You will miss an action in the movie itself. So to avoid that, you need to use your mind, okay? Relate the action with the words you hear, okay? I hope we answered your question. Teacher, what do you think about Breaking Bad? Oh, that is a good movie. Or it's not a movie, by the way, it's a TV series. It's not a movie, it's a TV. We have many things in English, guys. We have movie series, which is بالعربي نسميها سلسلة أفلام. سلسلة الأفلام يعني فيلم ولكن في عدة أجزاء، كل جزء يكمل الثاني، هذا نسميه movie series. We have also TV series. وش TV series؟ اللي هو المسلسل. يعني في موسم الاول، موسم الثاني، موسم الثالث، اللي يكون كذا نسميه تي في سيريز اللي هو المسلسل. ولكن اللي قبل ذكرته هو عباره عن سلسله افلام، لا هذا ما في مواسم، عباره عن 5 حلقات فقط. مثلا سلسله افلام Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious is movie series. It's not like a TV series. ليش؟ لانه ما في موسم، عباره عن حلقه بعد حلقه. الحلقه مثلا 2000 اول حلقه بدات تقريبا 2001، الحلقه الثانيه مثلا بعد سنتين، الحلقه الثالثه بعد 5 سنوات، ممتده يعني كذا. Okay, so Breaking Bad is a TV series. I think it's 6 seasons, right? 6 seasons or 5 seasons. I haven't seen any one of them because I don't have the time now.
I recommend it. If you want to watch something good, I recommend it.
Okay, good. Let's go to another question. Sarah, in terms of what you want me to talk about my experience as a teacher in which like field, or in terms of what? Because this is a very general question. Can you be specific? Because we have 7 minutes, I think. We have 7 minutes left. MashaAllah, 1 hour left. Or approximately 53 minutes left. MashaAllah, time flies.
It does.
Okay. Any questions, guys? Any questions? All right.